I've identified three different reasons for why usually people will have bad mental health that they don't really pay attention to, right? They'll think of the things like, oh, I'm too stressed, or maybe I'm not eating right, or I'm in a bad friends or bad influences, right? These are things that you're not. These are things like very simple things, but you're not thinking outside clearly. You're just tunnel visioning on these things. So the first one that is usually very ignored, right? No, people don't pay attention to, is you are in a bad environment. You have a bad environment around you, whether it be the school you're in, whether it be the home you're in, right? Mainly what I mean is, how organized are you, right? Because when you look at my room here, I've got my bed done because I've been laying on it, so it looks like this. My floor is clean. I've got everything that I need in my own room, right? So my situation is organized here. Now imagine if my room was a complete mess, a clutter, right? It would negatively impact my mental health because I can't focus in this type of environment. Now, as you're watching this video, is your room clean? Are your clothes tidy, right? Do you have everything where it needs to be? Do you have all your different items in their proper cupboards and proper closets, right? Proper drawers? Is everything assembled correctly? If you didn't say yes to any of these things, then you have to get up, put it back in its place, and this will be your first step, right? This will much greatly, superiorly change how you think. You won't even realize it. Remember, I saw this article back in the day, a long time ago. It was saying you don't need to organize your bed because of some bullshit about some bed bugs or whatever that die in the sunlight. Whoever tells you that shit, organize your bed, right? Organizing your bed is the simple, greatest thing you can do to your mental health as the first step. It is the easiest first step, right? Because think of the time to challenge chart, right? Which I'll make a video on later. Time to challenge. As time goes on, you want more difficult experiences. And if you're a beginner, you want an easy experience. So as a beginner into this process of healing, you want the easiest experience possible. And that's to do your bed. Most people have a single to a queen bed, right? Unless you're living lavish with a king bed, then it wouldn't take more than 10 seconds to do your bed, 20 seconds. Those 20 seconds, instant improvement, right? If you make a habit of doing your bed every day, you will notice a significant increase in how much better you feel daily, how productive you are, just by doing your bed. Simplest thing. Now the second reason is the media you're consuming, right? And I'm talking about TikTok with its constant and never-ending scrolling, right? Just constant dopamine, serotonin shit being thrown into your eyes, right? Your brain. And second of all, I'm talking about your consumption of news, right? Whoever watches the news nowadays, man, you need to step your fucking game up. Watching the news, right, is such a negative experience because you have these two people, like these two opposite sides, right, that are shouting at each other and they're going at it and they're claiming to be from your side. They're trying to manipulate you and gaslight you, thinking that if you don't support them, you're evil. If you're not with this guy, you're evil. At the end of the day, man, it is good to be caught up, but it's not good to be with these like vipers, man. They're like fucking vultures. They want you to be on their side, and they claim the other side is bad and the other side is this. Have you ever thought about biases, right? How biased you are into this world. If you're constantly consuming media from one side, let's say you're a right-leaning individual or a left-leaning individual, right? If you're constantly consuming media from one side, one part of it, right? YouTube and Instagram will recommend everything from that side alone. They won't recommend anything else to you, right? Because if they recommend something else to you, you'll think to yourself, oh, why am I seeing this shit? I don't like this. So they'll constantly just reinforce the same beliefs you have, and eventually you slowly push into extremism, right? And trust me, when you are bombarded every day by negative news, right? Or people telling you to join their side because the other side's evil, right? Or this side's evil, this person says this, or they said that, or they done this 12 years ago, so you have to think about it. It's so much negative pressure and stress built up just from consuming media and mainly news, right? The news are such an old facet of things. They're such a bullshit. You don't need to watch 2 hours of news to be caught up on your daily events. Most you need is read 3 minutes to get caught up in the worldly events. You don't need to be the type of person who consumes hours and hours and hours of media for meaningless reasons. Trust me when I say this, right? The sources of your news, however they claim to be unbiased and for the people or whatever, they're extremely biased. It doesn't matter what source you're consuming. The Wall Street Journal, BBC, Fox News, even Middle Eastern news broadcasting stations are way more biased than you think. East in Asia is what's it called? The Chinese news sites are basically propaganda. In Turkey, you have TR News, also biased, right? And it's just a facet of it. They want to attract the people to. They want to attract people who will watch their news, who will consume it, and of course it's going to be biased, right? Or if the government has a role in it, which most probably they do, right? They want to push on an agenda to the people. So if you're getting this information from government-controlled agenda, right, all this propaganda, do you really think it's unselective, unbiased? Do you really think it's for you? It's for the benefit of you? Fuck no, of course not. It's complete bullshit. They're trying to push an agenda into you, and the more you consume it, the more you move onto the one side, the more you are controlled by it. So trust me when I say, the news, media, TikTok, Instagram, all this shit, it is completely horrible for your mental health. It's probably worse than, like, if, let's just say you have a garbage environment around you, it's dirty and everything, but if you don't consume the news, then you're probably gonna fix it, you're gonna end up fixing it. But if you have a good environment around you, and you're consuming bad and other dog shit media, the media is probably gonna affect your environment, right? It's gonna affect how you think, what you have around you, what you buy, what you don't buy, because they all push on this idea of, oh, save up money, or live below your means, or it's okay to be selfish. Don't try to go on. Don't help anybody. Stay for yourself. Don't help anybody. Be modest. Look, man, they're pushing bullshit ideas onto you to control you, to make you conform into a system that they have placed, that they want you. So they make you think you're different. They make you think you're special. In reality, these thoughts that you're having are 1 out of a billion. What I mean by that is, you are thinking as a second person, as a third person, as a fourth. So everybody in this billion category, you're all thinking the same, right? You're not 1 in a billion, you're 1 out of a billion, right? You're in that same group, in that same like herd of sheep. And do you want to follow? Do you want to be in the same herd of sheep? You want to be the same as the guy next to you, who's the same as the guy next to you, who's the same as the guys in front of you, who's the same as the guy who's to the left of you? Do you want to be in that same herd, that same flock? No, you want to be the person leading, right? You want to be the person making a great change. You want to be the person who's doing a positive impact in the world. Do you believe you'll be able to accomplish something like this if you're consuming so much media from so many biased sources, so many agendas of governments and politicians and different influencers? No. It's utter horseshit. So stop consuming whatever you don't need to consume. Just 3 minutes of scrolling was all you need to get caught up on your news. That's all you need. You don't even need social media or anything like that. And the third one, right, is you have really bad behavior/habits. What I mean by this is you are procrastinating a lot. So you are wasting 8 hours a day on video games or Netflix or movies, right? You are eating too much bullshit that you don't really eating. You're not doing any physical exercise, right? You're skipping out on classes, you're skipping out on material to study, you're not paying attention. It's just any bad habit that you have, that you know is a bad thing, like smoking and drinking and gambling and all these things. This is the most common and easy diagnosis I can give you, right? Because unless you have clinical depression, which is diagnosed by a doctor, which is caused by a hormonal imbalance in your brain, your depression can be easily fixed, right? It can be easily maneuvered around. Unless you have genuine, you went to a doctor, he's told you have a chemical imbalance in your brain, a hormonal imbalance. This is something hereditary or genetic or something. It sucks, but you have it. You can manage it with pills or something like that, right? You can manage it by slowly improving you can try to manage it, but it will never leave you. But if you have just a bad habit, right? Like bad habits around you, like if you're drinking a lot, if you're doing drugs if you're smoking weed, if you're consuming so much negative influences around you, right? Again, bad environment, like I said. These are very simple things that you can change. You can change right now, right? You can negate right now, and it will instant spike in your mental health. You'll feel so much better. I haven't felt a sense of depression, right? Since maybe January, right? I haven't felt depression since January. It's been almost 11 months now, right? I felt loneliness, right? I felt a bit of anxiety here and there, but I haven't felt any depression in over 11 months. You know why? Because I keep everything around me geared to 100% benefit me, right? If I'm watching a YouTube video, it is something I 100% enjoy. And I don't mean 99%, I 100% enjoy it, or is informational for me, right? I don't watch movies alone, I'll just go out with friends instead, right? I haven't watched a TV show alone in fucking almost a year now, right? I've only skipped 1 or 2 days in the gym. My diet is, my It's 100% my diet's better than 90% of the people around me, right? Most of the people, I'll go to shop, right? Grab some eggs, grab some milk, grab the shit you need, right? The basic necessities, and you'll see all these fucking. They're supposed to be university students, and they're supposed to be like the future generation, but they're eating dog shit. They're eating literal dog shit. How are you gonna tell me you eat fried and baked chips, right? Potatoes are legit. It's genuinely cancerous. It has chemicals that can cause cancer for you, right? How are you eating so much chocolate at fucking like 6 in the morning? At 6 in the morning, you see them buying bars of chocolate and dips that they don't eat, and ice cream and ramen. There's literal proof that ramen causes cancer, but they still consume it at a crazy rate. So change the habits around you, right? You're inactive, start adding some sort of activity, right? And when I say change habits, I don't mean remove everything, right? I say a good habit, right? Just like a good diet, is not by removing everything, it's by switching it in and adding new stuff. So let's just say you're inactive. By adding 5 to 10 minutes of walking a day, you feel unbelievably refreshed, right? There's a study showing that people expected a 3% rise in their salary to be much happier than if they added a 20-minute walk in the morning. Two groups, right, who both of them expected the same thing, right? That the walk won't do shit, but the 3% will help. Two groups. One of them got a 3% raise. The other one went out walking 20 minutes a day, right? The second group, the one that went walking 20 minutes a day every day, was significantly happier and more productive, right? And eventually ended up earning more money than the group that got 3% raise. The 3% raise didn't help them much. It's a materialistic thing, right? It is just, oh, I got 3% more. What the fuck is 3% of a raise when the inflation rate is 3 to 4% yearly, right? What the fuck is 3% going to do for you? How about incorporating walking, right? How about incorporating gym going, running? How about incorporating swimming, sports, athleticism, stretching, anything like that? You'll see a much greater significant boost to your productivity, the amount of fun you have doing tasks, how sociable you are, your mental health. So another example of a habit we can switch out for a better one. Instead of going clubbing with friends, or instead of going out with friends to bad environments, right? If you're going out with friends, there's no problem. If you're going out with friends to bad environments, those friends are usually not good friends, and you're probably going to the wrong place. You hear a lot of people going to bars and clubs and shit like that. Instead of going out to these places, right? How about you switch, try to convince these friends, or go out to a different set of friends, go into a better environment, right? Go out to a restaurant to eat, go out to watch a movie, right? Go out skiing, go out to a snow park if you have one, right? Go out, play a sport, play football, basketball with friends. Why has it become so very rarely you see friends going out to play sports together, right? It's such a random occurrence. So many people that friends will go out to play sports together. So you will never see that such a thing. You'll see friends at the gym, sure, but so many people my age, I won't see them going out to play basketball together or football or just why not go watch a simple movie with your friends, 2 hours, go out and eat another hour, right? Walk around, enjoy your time. And that's basic 6-5 hour hangout. So think about it like this. If your environment sucks, the media you consume is shit, right? Your habits are horrible. Why do you think these basic things that you know you are doing, but you don't grasp it, right? You don't understand it. Why do you think these things are influencing your depression, right? These are the basic causes you have, right? That you can change instantly at this very moment. These 3 things are very simple to change, right? You don't need to completely remove them, right? You can just change them. You can switch them out and slowly you'll get rid of them, right? Don't go cold turkey. Slowly and consistently change it, right? Slowly and consistently change it, make it better. So here's the comfort challenge I have for you, right? First thing, just make your bed. And second thing, right? Go out for a 2-minute walk, right? 2 minutes is very simple. Just go out, walk 2 minutes and come back. The next day, walk 3 minutes. The next day, walk 4 minutes, right? Just hit it like a peak of 20 minutes and just try to walk 20 minutes every day, right? So do your bed and slowly walk until you can manage walking 20 minutes a day. Trust me when I say you'll feel 10 times as happy. Take care.